Hey guys, and welcome to our channel. So if you are new here, welcome. My name is Sade and I'm the owner of Third Generation Conjure. So for today's video, we are doing some collective readings for the fall season that's coming up. So for this video, I've already done Aries. We are doing Taurus. Okay, so make sure to check your sun, moon, and rising sign because things may resonate just a little bit differently. And for this, I'm using a traditional Rider-Waite deck, and I'm using a deck that I created just for readings for myself and my clients. So without further ado, we're going to pull some cards and just see what the energy of the fall holds. All right, Taurus, so we are back with your video. So I pulled on some different aspects and we're going to go over each one and just see what the energy holds for the fall. Okay, so first we are going to start with the present. So for the present, I receive the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and Jupiter. Hold on, I'm trying to adjust my camera, guys, so I can make sure I can see. Make sure you guys are seeing the cards. Okay, so first we're going to start with the Knight of Wands. So when you see this card, this represents new things, okay? The Knight is all about action. So this card represents change and also represents new ideas and new opportunities. This can even be you developing a new perspective in this period, okay? This is a card of being active and kind of being on the go. So you may notice that you are getting into a period where you you're just moving around and you're kind of busy. You may even be in the process of trying to accomplish some goals. When you see this, this could also represent a time where you're traveling or something as far as changing some aspect of yourself, whether this is like a job or even in a relationship. Speaking of relationships, behind this we get the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups represents family, okay? It represents harmony. It could also be a period where you're just feeling good, okay? Especially with the fall coming, you can just have that good feeling. Even if you don't see anything happening per se right now, it's okay to just feel good. And this Ten of Cups is pointing to that, okay? So you see this with good parent and child relationships. You see it with harmony in your personal relationships. Even right now, it could be signifying a need for you to remain harmonious with your dealings with other people as well. This also is a card that could represent travel, but overall a very good card that represents positive energy and joy. So just a lot of you on this sign just kind of feeling like this new type of optimism. And then we have Jupiter. So Jupiter is the planet of expansion and growth. So this is once again a card that represents optimism and just kind of being optimistic and kind of just feeling good. It's also a period where you may be more creative and maybe open-minded. So make sure that you are capitalizing on that energy right now, Taurus. So then I pulled on some challenges. So what are some challenges for you to be aware of? And I like challenges because sometimes we have issues that we can't necessarily see, and it may be things that are not in the forefront in front of us, okay? So with this, we get the Two of Swords reversed, the Three of Wands reversed, and the card of Aquarius. So keep in mind that these are challenges that you may have for the upcoming fall season. It may even be some challenges that you need to address now. So first we'll start with the Three of Wands reverse. So when you see this card, this represents setbacks. It could also represent in the past, maybe some creative blocks. You may experience some creative blocks as well. I'm sorry, I had the wrong card sitting up, guys. But yeah, with the Three of Wands, you can experience some creative blocks. Also, sometimes this can manifest as kind of being too prideful and not accepting help. So Taurus, is really going to be important for you to get over that bullheadedness. And if you do have someone offering you help or offering you advice or assistance, be open to, be open to receiving that, okay? And receiving it in love. Also, this Three of Wands could represent, you kind of being timid or being unrealistic. So this is not the time to be timid, especially with your goals. This is also the time to get to work with things that you want to accomplish and not putting it on the back burner, because sometimes this can also, in the reverse form, represent not moving forward with plans. Then we get the Two of Swords reversed behind this as well. So the Two of Swords, once again, is movement. So I'm going to turn it upright. So if you see this lady, she has her hands over her chest and she's guarding her emotions, she can easily drop it and take off the blindfold, but she's refusing to do so. So when you see this in the reverse form, this could be a failure to make a decision, or kind of holding yourself back in a sense. So it's going to be very important, Taurus, for you to keep moving forward and don't get into self-defeating actions. Also, if you're too open, this may be a need for you to kind of protect your energy as well, and don't allow others to drain your energy. Make sure that you keep a protective posture when it comes to dealing with others, especially when it comes with someone who drains your energy constantly. Make sure that you're protecting yourself and that you're setting boundaries as well. Lastly, we get the card of Aquarius in the challenges part. So this could represent someone that you have a challenge with under the sign of Aquarius, because it could literally be an Aquarius card. But also this represents stagnation. It represents disconnection. It also represents a resistance to change. So throughout this reading, we're going to talk about it, but I saw a lot of things as far as it related to travel, new opportunities, new journeys. It's going to be very important for you to be open to change and not becoming complacent and stuck in your ways. That's going to further stagnate you and hinder your growth. So make sure that you're not resisting change, because a lot of times when we resist change, it happens, it's inevitable. So it happens anyway, but us resisting it a lot of times can make that transition a little bit more difficult. So make sure that you're open to new opportunities as well, Taurus. So then next I pulled on a focus. So what is a focus for those under the sign of Taurus going into the fall season? So for this, I get the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the card of the Child. Okay, so with this Ten of Pentacles, this represents stability. It represents long-term results. Like, I'll give you an example. I am a hoodoo practitioner, and I do a lot of work, energy work for others. So one thing that I have always focused on, even with my products, even with the work that I do for clients, is longevity. You can get things here and now, but what you really want is the long term. Like, for instance, if I'm doing money drawing work, okay, yeah, you might can get $200-300 fast, but would you rather have that, or would you rather have an opportunity where maybe you get a 6-figure job offer or something that's paying you double of what you're making now? That's going to be more long term, and that's the kind of energy that this Ten of Pentacles holds. So this is really going to be a focus for you under those under the sign of Taurus, to really focus on the long term. So making decisions, especially throughout the fall months, for your long-term growth and your long-term results, and not just really here and now. Also, this represents a focus on financial stability, wealth, things that you inherited from your family, because this is a card that represents generations. So also capitalizing on those generational strengths. Okay. Also, this could represent building a relationship and furthering a relationship with your ancestors in a spiritual sense, making sure that you foster that bond. Okay. This could also represent working for big businesses or corporations. So this could be new job opportunities. Also, this can represent starting your own family or your own legacy and family traditions as well. So then we get the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is just a new life completely. So once again, make sure that you're open to change. Okay. And this is a focus for you. So the focus is new. Okay. Not old energy. The focus is new energy, new projects, new ventures, new jobs, new relationships or new phases of relationships, overall newness. Okay. This also represents creativity and also dedicating energy to your goals. Okay. We can set goals and we can manifest and we can do all of that, but we still have to follow the steps and take action behind those goals. So this is something for you to focus on. And then further confirmation of change. Okay. We get the Child card. So the Child is equivalent to the Fool card. Okay. So this is all about new opportunities, taking risks with a childlike wonder. When you look at this card, you see this child, he's in the woods and he's in these overalls. Okay. So these overalls represent his connection to the earth, and also represents simplicity. So even in a spiritual sense, make sure that you're embracing simplicity, even in other aspects, even if it's career. Sometimes simple things work the best. So keep that in mind. Also, this represents he's in the woods and he's wandering. So this represents the unknown paths, like the energy of the fool, okay? Embracing the unknown. It's scary, especially when you are coming up on new things and you don't know what to expect. But this is all about embracing the unknown as well, okay? This also, you see the sun setting in the background. All of this has symbolism. So the sun represents the end of one cycle and the start of a new cycle, okay? And it promises a new dawn. So this is all about transition. So this kind of invites you to have a beginner's mindset and approach situations with an open mind and with optimism, okay? And that's going to be really important for you throughout this fall season, Taurus. Okay, so then next I pulled on a theme. So what's kind of the energy and the theme for those on the side? And I know this looks kind of scary, but it's really not. So we get the Page of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Doom card, okay? So we'll start with the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is a card that represents action. Once again, making sure that you're putting action towards your goals, okay? It's also a card of kind of swiftness and things that move pretty quickly. Make sure that you're not being too rash in your decisions, but also make sure that you're taking action towards your goals and you're not just sitting around waiting for something to drop out the sky. This also can represent professional advice. So once again, that's that being open to help from others. So if you are receiving some help, make sure that you're taking things into account and you are capitalizing on the help that is being offered to you or that's at your disposal. Also, this could represent negotiations. It could represent contracts. I did see later on throughout this reading things that represent partnerships. So that's going to be something that's going to be big for you throughout the fall, Taurus. Behind this, we get the Eight of Wands. So this Eight of Wands represents speed. It represents travel. Just like both of these are very quick cards, okay? So these are both action cards, and this is like being active, being on the go. Also, these cards both can represent travel. So there may be some opportunity to travel or even to move, and there's a need for you to capitalize on all of those opportunities, Taurus. Also, this Eight of Wands can represent, once again, taking action towards your goals. Sometimes you see it with like new job opportunities. So if you do have new job opportunities, make sure that you are taking that into account and being open. The Doom card. Now, this is the one I said may look a little creepy, okay? But you see this lady, her body is twisted, and a lot of this is in her mind, okay? So it's going to be very important for you to keep your thoughts and energy aligned with what it is that you want to accomplish. So with this Doom card, this also represents, how your negative intentions can backfire or how they can manifest in your life. So once again, make sure that you're paying attention to your thoughts and the energy that you're projecting. Also make sure that you're being fair with other people, especially even in a spiritual light. Make sure that you're not doing things that are not justified, okay? With this Doom work, this represents retribution. It also represents justice. So if you have had people that have done you wrong, more than likely you're not going to have to lift a finger. It's going to all be taken care of. So there's no worry of that. And it, with this coming up, it's something that you're going to be able to physically see, okay? Also, this could represent cutting negative energy and influences out of your life, which I also saw in the advice section. So this is the time to get rid of anything and anyone who is holding you back. So then I pulled on hidden influences. So what are some things that are influencing you throughout this season? We get the Six of Swords, the Three of Swords, and Poltergeist. So first with the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords represents, once again, that travel aspect. So a lot of you could be traveling. This is a travel card. The Six of Swords also represents leaving a stressful type period and moving into a more tranquil time, leaving an old phase for a new phase. So it's, once again, this is going to be very important for you to leave behind things that stress you in the past and people that hold you back and people that stress you, whether that's friends, family, whatever the case may be. The Three of Swords also represents behind this heartache, pain. Once again, those aspects from the past. It's time to move forward with optimism. You know, if you tried to accomplish a goal before and it didn't work out, this is not the time to harbor on that. This is the time to move forward with optimism and let go of this. Because if you don't let go of this, it's going to influence how things go for you throughout this season, okay? This Poltergeist card is really kind of like I said with this Doom card, where it is time for you to cut out all of those negative emotions. So if you don't know what a poltergeist is not an actual entity, but it is not an entity that's, you know, a spirit or anything like that. If you look at this, okay, there's nothing in this room but a rocking chair, but it's like going crazy. Things are flying in the air, okay? So a poltergeist is created on your emotions, okay? So that's like a negative entity that is created through emotions. So emotions when you're sad, emotions when you're depressed. That's why you can go in a place and you can feel a heavy presence and you can feel a heavy energy. Not necessarily saying it's haunted by something that once walked this physical earth, but this is like an energy that you create on that negative, a negative vibration, okay? And that can create and cause things to transpire in your life in a negative light. So really going to be important for you to try to remain positive and keep those negative thoughts and energy at bay, okay? Because this could represent, you know, kind of chaotic or disruptive forces, but they're usually of your own making, okay? So make sure that you also keep up on cleansing your environment, cleansing yourself, also protection, and cleansing from unwanted and negative energy. So making sure that you're keeping up spiritual cleansing, spiritual protection, uncrossing as well. It's going to be very beneficial for you, Taurus. Okay, so then next I pulled on some advice. So what is some advice for those under this sign? And we get the Two of Cups, the Knight of Cups, Temperance, the Six of Cups, the Jar, and Hot Foot. Okay, so the Two of Cups is advice to be cooperative. This is also a card that represents commitment, or it can represent some type of partnership. So a lot of you may be getting into more committed relationships. This is kind of like contractual type thing. So this could even be marriage or something like that, taking the next step. Also, once again, be open to collaborating. So this is advice to be open to collaborating and new partnerships. Also, make sure that you're being cooperative with those around you, whether this is in a business sense or even if it's in a relationship. The Knight of Cups comes behind this, and this represents offers and also a card of proposals. So this is also about just being happy, following your bliss, doing what makes you happy. Once again, following those goals, but also tells you to be open to self-expression and be open to change as well. But also pay attention to opportunities that you're offered, and don't miss those opportunities because you fear change, okay? So then we get the Six of Cups behind this, and the Six of Cups represents aspects of the past, okay? So you may have some new opportunities that come up, or maybe it's some things that you wanted to accomplish in the past that are coming back up, and this is the need for you to take action. Also, this could be significant as it deals with people from the past that reemerge. So there may be some people from the past that reemerge that may help you to propel you further into the future. Even if you have some people or connections that come from the past, if they are negative connections, cut it off at the neck, okay? And don't allow it to go any further. So just be mindful of these connections and these aspects that come up from the past. The past is not always negative, but if it is hindering you from future growth, it needs to be dealt with, and it needs to, you need to move on from it. So then we get Temperance. And once again, this is that moderation card. So, you know, even if, when I see this too, this is kind of like having balance. So even if you have some people from the past that you have outgrown, it's okay. You don't have to even beef with anybody to move on, but sometimes you outgrow people, and sometimes people from the past can hold you back. So there's a need to also establish those boundaries, even when it comes to family, friends. I don't care how long you've known them. This is the time to establish boundaries with this Temperance card. This Temperance card also represents peace. Okay, it also represents being patient. So if you do have some opportunities, this is the time to really be patient with yourself. Okay, then we get the card of Hot Foot. So Hot Foot, when you look at this, this is a field with fiery footprints. Okay, so this is the expulsion of negative energy and people that are not in alignment with your well-being. So the burning footprints represent, you know, urgency and intensity. Okay, and this is driving away unwanted elements and unwanted people and circumstances and leaving, you know, those aspects in the past. So once again, a need for you to have those boundaries and get rid of things that are no longer serving your growth. We next get the Jar card. So the Jar card represents the importance of concentrating your energy and intentions, okay? And also represents, sorry guys, I got a call. So the Jar card represents the importance of concentrating your energy and intentions within a defined space, okay? So even if this is dedicating a certain space to things that you want to accomplish, as far as like, maybe you have a space that you dedicate to doing your work. Maybe it's a time that you dedicate. Maybe you get into time blocking, something of that nature. This also represents, you know, when you see these candles represent melted over the jar, this represents the fusion of energy and intention, okay? Also creating a focal point when it deals with things that you're manifesting in your spiritual aspects as well. Okay, so then lastly, I pulled on some outcomes. So for this, I received the Coven, Lodestone, the Aries card, Destruction, which this was actually the one that came first, the Six of Wands, the Fool, the Five of Swords, and Hermit. Okay, so first we will start with our right away deck. So first we get the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands deals with triumph, something that happens where you're recognized. So this is victory and good news. This could also be like, sometimes I see this as like my fame card. So if you're doing something like with social media, this is a good card for that. Represents popularity. Also, things that you're getting recognition for. You know, if you are in school or something of that nature, this could be getting a degree. It could even be getting a promotion or kind of being praised and recognized for the things that you do, even if it's in a relationship. Something that you kind of celebrate. We next get the Fool card. So the Fool card represents a leap of faith, okay? It also represents a leap into the unknown. So these are like opportunities that you may receive that come out of the blue. This could also be a new opportunity or some type of journey that you're taking. We also see this when it relates to travel. Once again, there has been a theme for travel throughout this entire reading. So a lot of you under the sign may be traveling. You may even be moving as well, but this is overall something new and a new beginning for you. Then we get the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords represents kind of someone that can be kind of, I'll say they're a hater, okay? So this new opportunity that you have, or this newfound sense of popularity, is going to come with its fair share of haters. So also make sure that you are being mindful of what you tell other people and what you share with other people, okay? So, you know, whatever this is and whatever this good opportunity that's coming for you is going to come with its fair share of haters. So just make sure that you recognize this. Also make sure that you're being, you're not trying to be malicious in your attempt to pursue your goals as well. Make sure that you're keeping things on the up and up. Also, this Hermit card, this represents isolation. So once again, this could be, you know, you seeing people for who they are once you get this opportunity. And this may lead you to a period where you're isolating, or you're just not talking about your goals and what you're doing with other people, which is fine. Just make sure that you pay attention to what is being exposed to you. This also represents a period where you may be in some type of study, but also it could represent a new phase of a revolution. So sometimes I'll see this as a spiritual awakening or a second spiritual awakening if you have already been through that aspect of your spiritual journey. So then we get Destruction. So Destruction is a tower moment. So once again, there's going to be complete change. And sometimes these changes are not always pretty, okay? You see that this house is burning in the background, but there's water in the front, just signifying that after this destruction, there's peace, okay? There's calm. This also represents, you know, something that has to be destroyed in order for a new path to emerge. So this could be the end of a career. It could be the end of a relationship in order for something new to come in and for this new opportunity. You know, your new life is going to cost you your old one. So, you know, just be mindful if it seems like things start to fall apart, that they are falling apart in order for them to fall together. Okay, so then next behind this, we get the card, next came up the card of lodestone. So the lodestone speaks of, once again, that importance of your thoughts and your energy, okay? A lodestone attracts things to them. So this is a period where you're going to be manifesting your dreams and your desires, even though there may be a period throughout this fall season where it seems like things are kind of falling apart for you. But the lodestone represents focusing on what it is that you want, but also tells you that you are magnetizing and drawing those things to you. Okay, so then we get the card of the coven. So the coven speaks of you finding your tribe and the importance of finding your tribe. Okay, so this is represents things that people that come along to help you along your path, okay, or your journey. So these are really people that are here to propel you in the future. So once again, finding your soul tribe is also could represent like collective rituals and things that you participate in. But overall, you know, a group that amplifies energy, okay? You find a group that helps to propel you and amplify your energy, new connections, new communities, and things of that nature. And then lastly, you get the card of Aries. So Aries represents bold and dynamic and pioneering energy. So you stepping into a leadership role is associated with the sign of Aries. So this also can be a period where you're stepping into, once again, some type of leadership. You are getting that Aries energy, that fiery energy where you're more confident in yourself as well. You see that this ram is standing on top of the hill and there's fire in the background. So this represents, you know, just being that person, okay? Being that, embodying that energy where you're just kind of like a go-getter. So, you know, there are some new opportunities and things that are coming that are going to propel you in the future, but you just have to be willing to step in and embody this type of boss energy, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you need a personal reading, you can visit our website, which is www.thirdgenerationconjure. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.